This week is not going to be your typical Christmas week. So let's dive into the weekly forecast with your Wealth Expansion Weekly. Hi, I'm Kristen Vallis. I am a quantum numerologist and wealth expansion and certified brain game coach. And this week is going to be a very emotional one. We did enter the emotional suit of hearts on Saturday with the full moon, which I'm sure you all felt very intensely. And so we are looking at a big introspective week, especially as the week progresses. Today is the Jack of Hearts with the one energy influence, and of course, we're in that eight energy of the month as well. So that's going to set the tone for our week, and our week ends on the Five of Hearts with a seven energy. So we are looking at some big changes and shifts, expansion forward into our new life that we've been talking about for a while now. So welcome if you're live or on the replay. Thanks for joining me. Let me know in the comments that you're here. And let me know if you have questions about this week or what you're experiencing today. Today, there's been a lift in energy, which is really nice. It's beautiful. And we're still in the Sagittarius energy right now as well, just from a astrological perspective. And we feel this optimism, this newness coming in. A lot of new awareness is coming in, and it's all around this living in this higher state of love that we've been moving towards all year. And certainly in this past eclipse season, we finished the eclipse season today, and we finished the Chiron retrograde, which was all about inner child work, seeing your shadows. And so this week we're going to be going, okay, what did I learn? And what have I learned since the last Venus retrograde? Since Venus just went retrograde yesterday, last Venus retrograde was in spring of 2020. So, what have I learned since then about emotional maturity and how, because this is all about emotional maturity, right? To moving into higher initiation of higher realms of love and emotional maturity, and really embracing what you do know, what you have learned. And we'll be doing that this week, and we'll be given plenty of opportunities to exercise what we've learned. And really, with that full moon, I told you we would be letting go of a lot of our codependent behaviors, and that is what is occurring. And so we'll see more of the fruition of that this week when we set those intentions to release certain patterns or behaviors that had come to our attention over the past several weeks throughout the eclipse season. And really moving into our new life. And we can't fully step into a life of unconditional love if we're still looking to the outside world to give to us, if we're not finding what we need and want from the inside first and moving that out as conscious creators, as knowing that we are the source of our everything. We're the source of our money, we're the source of our love, we're the source of our relationship success. We are the source of it all, and we do not need to pull anything or any energy in from outside of us in order to experience the things that we want to have. So this is what this mastery is really talking about, and we're going to be really diving into that this week. As we progress through the week, the energy shifts as we move into Capricorn. And we're going to get more serious. It's not going to be a typical Christmas. We always move into Capricorn right before Christmas, but there's so many planets coming into Capricorn. It's going to feel more serious. And we're going to be more focused and driven about our purpose than we are as much about, kicking back and celebrating and, just taking it easy till the new year begins. Not that kind of Christmas. It's really going to kick up our focus on where we're headed and what we want to create and experience in 2022 and beyond. So we'll have a lot of focus on that, and we'll be feeling the call inward this week, and really needing to take that time, despite the hustle and bustle of the holidays, to move inward and look at that stuff, look at any remaining shadow stuff that's rising up as we move through the hustle and bustle, as we interact with family members maybe more than we normally do, or whatever. We're going to be feeling the need to, and the desire to, let go of what other people think, let go of other people's opinions about us, how they feel about us, all of that, in order to fully step into our purpose and really detach from any influences from the outside of us, and people trying to sway us, people trying to convince us that their way is right, and really tapping into that internal guidance system and trusting the truth that's within yourself and following along with that. That's going to be really, really key this week and as we move forward. And we're stepping into our role as leaders. And so, we're examining that this week in terms of, okay, what's that going to look like for me as 2022 opens up? Where do I want to take this? What is my message? And, if I don't have clarity on that message yet, what am I going to do to get that clarity? What is my next step? And we're really diving into that this week. And we're getting a lot of information all week, new awarenesses, new ideas coming in. A lot of newness coming in, this initiation energy, this newness with this one energy today. It's a lot of new ideas about what love really is, about what it means to love unconditionally, and really experiencing that on a whole new level, on a deeper level, on an expanded level, what it means to really detach from the outside world and do so with love. Detachment doesn't mean that you isolate and don't deal with anything and don't look at anything and don't interact with people. It's quite the opposite. It's just that you don't have the expectations for the outcomes that you normally would. And so it's letting go of that and being able to fully love and interact and embrace the entire world and all of its shadows and beauty at the same time, and be able to just love it all and not to have any attachment to black and white thinking, what's right and what's wrong. This is about really opening the mind to true unconditional love, like I was saying, in that, there's no judgment, there's no criticism, there's no expectations. That's really, being able to love without any attachment at all is a really beautiful place to be. It's about this Christ consciousness, right? Whether you believe in Jesus Christ and the birth and the Christmas or not, doesn't matter. The story is the key here. What was the example that he came and set for us? Whether that's a belief you follow or not, the story is important in terms of the energy that's occurring right now. The energy of that Christ consciousness, of that loving without condition, loving without attachment, loving just for the sake of loving, and not loving as a blind fool, but loving because you can see it all, because you see it all clearly, and being able to just love what is and not have to feel like you have to change anything. Hi, Ashley. Good to see you. So let me know if this is resonating with you in the comments, but it is going to be a very different week, a very different holiday celebration than usual, because we are going to be thinking a lot about our purpose and how we want to show up in the world and what we're creating in 2022. It's just going to be very different than maybe it has in the past. And our interactions with family, I do see on Christmas, we will be with family. It's a very family oriented day. And if you're not with family, you're going to feel the pull towards creating a family for yourself in this new year coming up. This is going to be a big focus for you. And if you are with a family already, you do have a family and that you do live with or spend time with a lot, you're going to be focused on how to create a more loving environment despite and honoring everyone's unique perspectives and personalities and gifts and talents and all of it, right? And how we do that is we do that for ourselves first. You can't love unconditionally. You can't achieve a level of Christ consciousness in your life if you're still judging and criticizing yourself, if you still feel unworthy, if you still are looking to the outside world for validation, direction, confirmation, all of those things. If you're still procrastinating, if you're still trying to control, we're going to be letting go of all of that more and more and more as 2022 comes in and progresses. And that's really going to be a lot about what 2022 is about. And it's going to be about being able to live that purpose, discover your purpose, really hone into it, find that clear path and move into it, and not allowing any of the outside influences to steer you off course or to distract you. And so we're going to be getting some good chances to practice that already this week, because so many distractions, right? With the holiday coming up, all the hustle and bustle, there's holiday parties, Christmas shopping, there's all of the family visiting, and things that you normally wouldn't be dealing with are in abundance right now. And so all of those distractions coming up can take you a little bit off path, not off path, but just on a detour, right? And so we're coming into this time where we need to start to focus even when there's all of these things going on around us. How can we maintain our focus? And that 8 energy of the month is calling us into meditation, right? Taking time to be still, taking time to go within. And so that will be the pull this week, especially as this week moves on. Highly recommend you just go ahead and get started with that today. And it'll help you as the week progresses and things amp up into even more distractions and bustle and, busyness. And really, this is, about doing Christmas different, right? And doing the holidays different, and not letting yourself get caught up in that traditional busyness and all of the distractions like we normally do during this time of year, and really being focused on keeping your attention on what you want to create, and doing that with creating more love in yourself first, creating more self-trust, creating more trust in your intuition, creating more trust in your internal GPS system, right? And following that, trusting it and following it no matter what anyone else says around you, outside of you. It's not about bulldozing over people. We're doing this in a loving way. We're doing this in a way that, honors ourselves and honors others, and allows everyone to have their own experiences, their own journey, their own path. And it's about enjoying the journey as it goes, because you'll never arrive. There's no ending. There's no grand finale. So, of course we all die, but we don't die when we die. It's just our physical body. We're always expanding as souls. And so there's no finish. There's no ending. So if you're, only doing the journey to get to a certain place, you're still attached to outcomes. And that's the whole point of all of it, right? Is to let go of that attachment and truly just be present and enjoy the moments that you're in. So even during this holiday celebration and all of the bustle and all of that, how can you just enjoy what's happening around you, what's happening in life, what's happening in the world? How can you find the joy and the peace and the ease and the fulfillment in the moment you're in? And going in, being still will help you do that. So that's really the energy we're going to be experiencing all week. This, today, this is the kickoff energy of it. That's why it gives us the theme for the whole week. And really about keeping your focus on your spiritual teachings, spiritual knowing, sharing those with those who are willing and wanting to hear them, not imposing it on people who aren't. So, I think that's really key with family. If your family is not there yet, not trying to push them. Just staying in your truth, and there's not falling into the codependence of people pleasing and telling people what you think they want to hear, but also not needing to force your ideas on anyone or force your beliefs on anyone. So key for this week to experience the joy, the happiness that is available to us, even though the week turns a little bit serious toward the end of the week. We still always have that available to us. And so it's a choice. And the choice is, the more you choose love, the more you choose unconditional love, as much as a human being can be in that state in this time, the more fulfillment, peace, and ease you're going to experience in your relationships with others and in your life. So with that being said, I wish you a beautiful week of expansion into more love, of higher states of love, and just sending you love. I love you guys. You're capable. We can do this. We're doing this together. Know that you're not alone. There's so much celestial support. Even if you feel like the crazy one in your family right now because you're understanding more about love than maybe they've come to yet, that's okay. You are so supported in the ethereal realms. Just lean into that if you don't feel the support around you in the physical world right now. And find your family. Find your family of people who get you so that you can have that support in the physical world as well. And that'll be a focus also coming into 2022 if you don't have that yet already. And if you do, you'll be leaning on that even more than you ever have before. So trust in all of that. We are headed in the right direction. You cannot go wrong with more love. Have a great week. Bye, you guys.